So now we begin our presentation on the lost years and secret teachings of Jesus. So in the Bible, we only know, if you think about it, of about 3.5 years of Jesus's life. You know, we know the Nativity. This is what we celebrate at Christmas, that he was born on December 25th. And as I talk about in my book about Jesus, that date was chosen for, you know, Horus, for Mithra, for Osiris, for many of the great solar kings. Was he really born that day? I actually have a whole section on this in the Jesus book where I look at 4 very probable auspicious dates. 2 of them, surprisingly, are December 25th of 6 BC and 7 BC because of astronomical conjunctions that were happening on that particular day. One of those conjunctions was the conjunction of Venus and Mercury that is called the Shekinah, that happens right before the rising of the sun. And it only really happens in Pisces about once every 480 years. I actually have it in my chart right before the sun rose. I was born right at sunrise exactly, and Mercury and Venus are just above the horizon in the 12th house, for any of you that know astrology. And some of you may also have it. Of course, it wasn't in Pisces at the time I was born, it was in Sagittarius. So the other one was the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, the 2 biggest planets in our solar system, and that also happened on December 25th. The other 2 days that I really look at very seriously in the Jesus book are around July 27th, which marked the heliacal rising of the Nile in Egypt. And the Magi astrologers from and astronomers from India in particular and from Egypt were very aware that something very auspicious was happening. It was like a signal at that time because of the conjunction of Regulus, which is Regulus is a star 5 times the size of our star that sits at the center of the sign of Leo, the constellation of Leo. And of course, around July 27th, Leo is the constellation that's up in the sky. And it was a conjunction. That means a joining together, one star sitting on top of the other from Earth's point of view, of Sirius. And Sirius marked the energy of Isis, basically. So the Divine Mother bringing the Divine Son, who holds the heart of purity, light, and redemption. And so that's a very interesting time. I kind of really go into detail about it in the Jesus book. The 4th one may actually have been the real date, and it was right around October the 10th, which would have made Jesus a Libra. And there's some reasons that could be true. I have documents from teachers, seen teachers that worked in Mount Carmel, and they wound up being about 50 miles away from Bethlehem, and they actually saw 4 stars in the sky come together in one, kind of like we hear with UFOs acting in ways that we can't predict, and then shining this beam of light down. And they said that it was shortly after Yom Kippur. And Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, was October 1st at that time of the year. Now, in this very beautiful painting, we see this conjunction back behind these wise men. And this would have been the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, or the Shekinah, which is Mercury and Venus. But I think this is really a beautiful, beautiful painting that addresses the astronomical implications.